Well, hi everybody, and good Monday morning to meteorologist Travis Klineski here. Unfortunately, recording a little bit late here. It's about 8:36 now. A recording from earlier, for some reason, does not want to go on to the internet, and I can't post it, so I'm re-recording here after about an hour and a half of trouble. So I'm going to have to go a little bit quicker here. I think that what happened is that recording was just a little bit too long, and I'm trying to fit a lot in because of the forecast, plus also the eclipse, of course, being the big day today. Of course, the day is here. Let's focus on the eclipse first. The total eclipse starts to happen in the state of Nebraska around 12:46, 12:47. Now, the partial eclipse will actually start to take place shortly before 11:30. That's where the moon starts to kind of eat into the sun, so to speak, starts to block the sun just a little bit. Total eclipse is where the complete blockage of the sun is, and you'll see that total eclipse within that black shaded area across the state of Nebraska, with the center of it being in the yellow. Basically what that means is the closer you get to the yellow, the longer the total eclipse will last for you, up to 2.5 minutes in some cases. If you live just outside of that, I would consider driving a little bit closer to that yellow line, because if you're just outside of it and you're only seeing a partial eclipse, even if it's 99% partial eclipse, it's not going to be the same as if you're right, unless you're right inside that darker shaded area. Of course, the big concern is clouds. There's some fog to the northwest. There's a lot of high clouds moving through the area this morning, and I think a lot of those high clouds will stay tough, so it's not going to be a completely perfect view today. But even with a little bit of obstruction, I was using my eclipse glasses earlier, and it still had a decent viewing out there, even despite some of those high clouds. You could still see the sun just a bit through the eclipse glasses out there. By the time we get towards about 12:55, it's moving towards the Thedford North Platte area. That's when they're looking at that total eclipse occurring. By about 12:57, the Broken Bow, Lexington area starting to get in on it, and then the Tri-Cities shortly before 1 o'clock we start to get in on that total eclipse. Now, you probably want to start watching, though, about 15 minutes before the total eclipse to start to watch for some of the changes in the environment, like the sun is setting. You'll see that shadow approach as the total eclipse approaches. It lasts about 1.5 to 2.5 minutes inside of that black area. Again, closer to that yellow line, the longer it's going to last. By 1:03, it's pushing towards Lincoln, Beatrice, and gets to the end of the state as we get towards about 1:06, 1:07 in the afternoon hours. Again, looking at that forecast for the Tri-Cities area, I do think that the thickest high-level clouds will be the farther southeast you go. And in fact, there's even a couple of storms down around Concordia, Kansas that may try to sneak into southeast Nebraska and add extra cloud cover. So as you get towards the Tri-Cities, it gets a little bit better. I think that best viewing area may be just northwest of the Tri-Cities. Places like Loop City, Ravenna, up towards Broken Bow, Lexington, those places within that path of totality may have the best view of all, because there could still be some low clouds hanging on up into the sandhills of Nebraska. Once we get past the eclipse, then we focus on chances of showers and storms that'll dive southeastward thanks to a cold front moving through. Some strong to severe storms are going to be a possibility. By the time we get later into the nighttime hours after midnight, those chances do start to go down. By tomorrow morning, we're looking at dry conditions, a couple of clouds left. And then why couldn't we have the eclipse on Tuesday instead of Monday? Because the Tuesday looks like a lot of sunshine out there and a rather nice day with that cold front sweeping through. Lower humidity tomorrow and actually a little cooler, upper 70s and lower 80s for highs. There's a risk of severe weather today, later today and into this evening. Best chances to the east. Hail and wind is your main threat, a small chance of an isolated tornado off towards the east. Temperatures for today, upper 70s, low to mid 80s. Keep in mind all these temperatures, they'll fall a little bit early in the afternoon as that eclipse is occurring, especially in that path of totality. You could see a decent little 10-degree drop in temperatures as that eclipse is occurring. As for the next 7 days, we're going to be looking at quiet conditions after tonight, Tuesday through Thursday, lower 80s. Look at the lows down in the 50s. That means drier areas in place. We stay in the low and mid 80s for Friday through the weekend, but we do reintroduce chances of showers and thunderstorms Friday off and on through Saturday night with dry conditions then for Sunday. Sorry, I'm kind of rushing through here. I want to get this forecast out and done as quick as possible here. So again, the one thing of advice I'll give to you is if you have a cell phone, you want to take lots of pictures, unless you're taking pictures of your family and friends in the goofy glasses, I'd put the cell phone down. You're not going to get a good picture of the eclipse with your phone. Just enjoy the scene, enjoy the sights around you. It's supposed to be an enjoyable day, and again, there'll be plenty of pictures on the internet to check out. So there you go. That's my rant. There's my forecast for today. Until next time, I'm meteorologist Travis Klineski. Hope you all have a great Monday. Happy Eclipse Day, and God bless.